Hi, I'm Julian Fuller and this is Dixie Mitchell of Mitchell's Prestige Properties, and today we're going to speak about real estate investment opportunities here on the Costa del Sol. This is a very important part of anybody's real estate business on the coast. Do you feel the same?
Yes, absolutely, because a lot of the demand that we receive are different clients studying the Costa del Sol, looking for investment, how to make the return on the money, looking at the Costa del Sol instead of other areas that worldwide had been the ideal location. What we'd like to basically talk about is to simplify the different types of investments. We feel there's three most popular ones.
Yep.
What do you reckon is the first one, Julian?
The buy-to-let property market, I would suggest, is the strongest out of the three main ways to invest here in property on the Costa del Sol, and even that can be split into two. Of course, because of its location on the south coast of Spain, fabulous place to have holidays, relax, play golf, whatever. It's always been a very strong market for short-term lets, whether it be people coming down for a weekend or for 2 weeks holiday. There's been very good volume traditionally. That market's continued to be very, very strong. There's been lots of development, of course, in recent years, and many investors have been looking at the entire offering in terms of properties that are available for purchase here on the coast for this purpose. If a property is in a good location, then it's no doubt going to be highly rentable in the holiday market. Of course, high volume, lots of money coming through, but much higher costs. And what we've seen, especially since the pandemic, is that the long-term market, the long-term rental market, has really come into play to compete with the short-term market.
Yeah.
So now investors really can take a good look at both markets, knowing that the long-term rental market is also very, very strong, and of course without all those overheads. I think that's only strengthened the market because there's now two avenues to get a really strong return that compete very well against each other.
Absolutely. A lot of the clients also want to use their property, and this coast offers itself to be able to rent the property at different times of the year. So there is a type of rental that will suit all the different types of investors. And as you quite rightly said, the long-term, or not even long-term, the winter-let market, it's an extremely popular one for people that want to come here and work remotely in this winter sunshine. So all these different types of rentals, what they do is basically produce a good return on the investment all year round. The Costa del Sol is not just a place for the summer. There isn't just the high season, the low season. There is a level field throughout the year. What I would add regarding that type of investment is that within our agency, we are able to support the investors manage the property and the rentals, because we have a rental department and a management department that can provide all the services that the clients need. And I felt over the last 5 years, mainly, a lot of the investment that comes from America, they need that service. It's not easy for them to just come over or manage situations, different time zones, and it's proven extremely successful. So that's what we do for the clients. What did we identify as the second type of investment?
The off-plan property market, where people would maybe be looking at a project that is, it might not have even started in the construction process. It might even be an opportunity that's before the building license has been granted by the town hall, which here in Spain is very common. A project will be launched. Of course, they'll be putting in all the plans for it, and as far as the town hall's concerned. And at that stage, they are then permitted to promote the project. They'll normally get a master agency to take over that, and they'll be looking to maybe get 20-30%, or sometimes even more, of the properties in a particular project reserved before the building licenses have even been launched. And what happens there is that the best opportunities in terms of price, of course, more often than not, are at that early stage.
That's right.
Yeah, and so that's something where...
Well, you have identified actually the most important part of the investment of off-plan, because it is buying at that particular time when there is no license, and for some clients they might feel that this is a risk because there's no license, but you know, your money is guaranteed until the license is, you know, issued. You know, there's no problem to receive your funds back. But what you do again for risking and for going for it at that particular time is that you're guaranteed that the investment is gonna be going up in value, because when the license is issued, straight away, you know, the price will go up. It's also a good investment because when you buy, properties are completed within 2 years, and the growth of the development and by the time it's the end product, you're guaranteed to have an increase, a percentage increase on that value.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's just reel it back to that stage. If people have made a reservation before the license has been granted, usually when that license is granted, of course, even more confidence floods into the project, even more buyers, but now at higher prices, typically, because you will usually find, I can't think of a situation where it hasn't happened, where once that building license is granted, the prices will increase by whatever percentage. And then, of course, as those units are being sold further and further, as the construction's becoming more and more advanced, what does happen with people who are risk averse, you know, will then start to purchase. So of course the prices will be gradually going higher until by the time the project is complete, you'll find that the prices are totally in line, or if not more than the market conditions nearby, and all that advantage from which maybe some buyers have gained right at the start will effectively have become in balance with the market around them. So that's a very popular way for investors to take advantage of the off-plan market here in Spain, which, due to the fact that this is such a strong place for people to move to live in, to invest, we're seeing more and more properties needed. There's a huge shortage of properties still in this part of the world, as people, you know, decide to have a better quality of life, whether it be living here or having a whole day home here. So I think the long-term future is, certainly points to further development and further opportunities. Yeah,
that's right. Excellent. What about the third most popular type of investment?
Okay, I think that would be buying a property to reform and either flip to sell once done, or to continue with a more valuable property for rental purposes. That is a very, very popular route. Of course, requires more investment, but it's a very good way, because here on the Costa del Sol, we've got a lot of properties which have been in place since the 80s.
That's right.
In some fabulous positions, amazing views, very convenient, often walking distance to all the amenities, restaurants, but they're nothing like today's properties in terms of, you know, how they appear. They may be very traditional, and of course quite old in terms of their interiors, etc. So therefore there's a lot of opportunity there for people with the right knowledge, of course.
Good to point that out, because when people come to the coast to look at the types of investments, they soon realize that there is this type of opportunity, and it is not easy to find this type of property, because what happens is you have local people that do this for a living, you have developers, and then you have then clients themselves that live here and realize, you know, that this is great investment, because these properties, as you quite rightly pointed out, they are in incredible locations, but they are not, you know, with the standards that we expect at the moment. And to be able to turn that property of that incredible location into a key ready with all the specifications that we expect these days, there's very few. So it makes even the project more attractive. But what I would point out is that although it is a good type of investment, you do need a type of agency that knows how to do this. It looks easy, but it takes a lot of work to make it successful. Knowing where to buy, knowing the location, knowing what the challenges that this type of properties bring, because normally the square meters need to be legalized, or many other things that do happen, are probably for some people too much. But we know how to do this. As a agent and as a company, I have done this for the last 15 years, buying, reform and selling them again. But it takes a lot of knowledge and skill to be able to put the whole package together and to turn it around. But we can help investors do this because we know what the best places to buy and where the growth is happening on this coast. And that's what you get from us as an agency. So I think, I don't know if I've missed something there.
No, I think, I mean, I've been witness to that, of course, not only, you know, a few of your own projects in the time that I've been here around the agency, but also, you know, when you've been hand-holding clients through similar projects.
Absolutely.
And yeah, it's been very impressive to witness, and I think that's a really important market for people to look at. Of course, it's a little bit of a process, but can be very, very rewarding, because a property that has been purchased for a much lower amount, all of a sudden can double in value or more, and that then gives them a choice. Do we want to sell now at a profit, or if they feel now is not the time, they then have a valuable property either to use and maybe share with some holiday lets, or to rent in the long term. Yeah. And of course, we have bared witness to many an unfinished projects where people probably haven't been able to draw upon this kind of expertise, and ended up in a situation where they didn't know quite what was involved, how much it was going to cost, and I think that in terms of the agency as well, you know, helping people look at the best areas for buy-to-lets, or the whole for that whole market. Helping them choose the best off-plan projects at the right stage. Absolutely. And then the final one.
So with the right developer.
Yeah, with the right developer. That's of course, very very important also. And finally, you know, the very important
buy-to-let
handholding that they do on the reform project as well. For reforms and flipping. Yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. So if anybody would like more information on any of those options, how we can assist, then please get in touch with us at Mitchell's Prestige Properties, and we'll be more than happy to help.
Thank you very much.